Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of Drawing with Jole. This week we'll be drawing Sylvari. Again, this is a winner from our costume contest of Chronicles of Tear that we did a while back. So this winner is Lagwyn, so our guild leader. It actually was his birthday a few days ago, so I'd like to take this chance to wish him a very happy birthday a bit late. But hope you had a good one. And everyone knows that anyone's birthday cannot be complete without the ultimate birthday song. If you guys do not know this version of this song, I don't know what you've been doing with your lives, but come on, it's the best version. It's happy birthday to you, you live in a zoo, you look like a monkey, and you smell like one too. Or act, it's up to you. Or if you find something else. I like those two. So this week we'll just be doing, as usual, start off with your sketch. Underneath, put the opacity down, and then do the outlines. And when you're doing your outlines, like you see, don't be afraid that if your lines go over, sometimes it's easier to make nice straight lines if you just do kind of like a whooshy motion with your tablet, if you just do like a really long swipe. So just erase it after, don't be afraid if it goes over. A lot of using the arrow tool with pressing Alt to duplicate the layers, because a lot of like the lines and stuff, they're doubled out, and it's much easier just to do that than having to redraw them every single time. So yeah, a lot of duplicating of the lines, pretty much for most pieces of his armor in general. I found the gloves to be very complicated for this one. I have a hard time with hands and feet, so it was just like hard. for the little flames. At the end of the video, I don't use the outline for the flames anymore, but I do like having the outline in the first place just to know around where to color. So he has the branch haircut. Give him a whole bunch of leaves on there. Give him some hair. And then just fix a few things here and there. Forgot a stem. Adding a few lines. Grouping everything into your outline folder would be good. So then we pass on to the color. After finishing the outline, I did notice that I did draw the wrong daggers that he was holding, so I did forget to record that part, so I just switched out the daggers that he was using to those are the fused ones, I think, or the molten ones, either one. So yeah, I just changed the daggers, just the outline. Got a lot of dark colors on this character, so sometimes it was kind of hard to see which place was colored what. So basically for this, I just used the select tool. Selected all the parts that I wanted. You can select multiple parts if you could control at the same time or shift, and you'll be able to select multiple areas at the same time. After that, you just go into the options on the top and expand your selection just by maybe 1 or 2 pixels, just so it goes over the line so you don't have an annoying little white outline. So just select that and then just paint bucket the rest in. Makes it much faster to do, especially when there's a lot of, areas. So, technically it's supposed to be like all the same color, but to just have a little bit of separation, use dark colors with slight difference in them. So I do believe he's probably using Abyss dye, and that's really black, and there's never really any pure black in drawings unless it's like complete, absolute, total darkness. So I always just use a tiny bit lighter. And then just basically outline his armor. for his nice woody skin color. Very, very bright colored leaves on his head, almost the same color as the flames he will have on his shoulders. Even though the daggers are not that color, just colored in just to make it the final coloring with the shading after, just the selection a bit easier, so that will be fixed later. I forgot to not color on top of part of the dagger, so just go back and erase that. There we go, like the main coloring part is done. And now we can pass on to the shading. So basically using the same technique as we've done in the previous videos, doing a bit of hard shadows and then using the gradient tool for a bit of soft in there. So shade in the creases in the pants, under where the shoes are. And same thing pretty much goes for the rest. Change the options. So these daggers are kind of made out of fire, so, and they're an orangey, so what I did here is added a bit of orange light reflecting from the daggers onto his clothing. So just take an orangey color, use the gradient tool on the side, change the mode of the layer to what looks best with the colors that you're using, and just play around a bit with that. Just give it a nice orangey warm glow. So for his face, just start off with a bit of shading. And since, well, he does have a wooden face, I didn't make the sides of the shading perfectly straight. Just add a bit of grain, and, well, again, wood. Wood has grain, so add a bit of grain everywhere in his face. Feel free to add knots in the wood and other little things. After that, just add the gradient tool again. He has his shoulders that are putting off nice warm light on his face, so do not forget to do that. Same concept we did with the bottom of his pants. So just add a bit of reflective light here and there, because it's for sure some of the ridges catch the light in a nice orangey light. And then shade his arms. Same thing, a little bit of green of the wood. His eyes, he has very dark eyes that you don't notice all that much in the picture. And same thing goes for the leaves, just add a little bit of shiny reflectiveness in it. They are surrounded by fire. Speaking of fire, we'll be doing the fiery daggers. see the selection made it much easier, just colored in with a nice darker kind of like reddish color, and we'll do the much brighter flames on the side. Just add a bit of shade because the top part isn't like one full flat color. So after that, what we can do for the flames is you double click on the layer and you can use the outer inner glow again. So just activate those, choose the color of the glow that you want, put orange for the orange, yellow for the yellow, just tweak that up. After that, you can go in the filters and do a little bit of Gaussian blur on that just to make it a bit more fuzzy if you want. So just play around with those settings until you get a nice little warm glow that you like. And then after that, I just decided to add a few sparks on the same layer, so when you do new lines, that too will be surrounded by an inner and outer glow, so that's pretty cool. So, and again, the top of the daggers will get a bit of light from the molten part underneath, so just add a bit of orangey gradient tool to that, just to make it glow a bit. Same thing for the gloves, that's bound to reflect off those as well. Add a bit of highlights just to make it not too dark. And then we will be adding the little flames that he does have on his shoulders, like directly. That I put on top of the layer of the outline, so it would go over the black, and just put that completely at the top. So just resize them a bit, make them a bit bigger depending on the image reference or whatever you're using. So no outlines on this one, just flames. Again, I used inner and outer glow, changed the colors to match which one I was using, orange for orange, yellow for the yellowish color, and then I used the Gaussian blur on it just to make it more smooth. And then after that, just add a little bit of light on the shoulder pieces, just because the fire will reflect off of that. So then same concept for the fireballs that are above him. Just colored that in. I hid the outlines that I had originally done just as a guideline, and then inner outer glow and the Gaussian blur as usual. So basically after that, add a bit more glow to his face because I think it's a bit dark and it needs a bit more than I'd put originally. So after that, just hide the background, select all, go into edit, copy merge, and then paste that on a new layer that you put underneath, color it black, and you can make your shadow that way. So that is pretty much it. So you can go from this sketch to the final. As you can see, I did make another modification. I did not, I hadn't put enough light on the top part of his body where his torso is. It kind of like went really dark after, like suddenly, so I just added a tiny bit more light from the daggers that reflected on there. So here is your final product. Hope you guys enjoyed it. For the contest, I had said specifically that I won't be showing the contest winners and entries this time around because this unfortunately is being recorded a bit more in advance than usual since I will be leaving on vacation on Sunday, so I won't have time for that. And seeing that I haven't received all that many entries, I will be extending the period of time that you guys will have to send those in. So you have until the 1st of August at midnight Eastern time. So you guys have more time. Don't be shy. It doesn't matter if your drawing is not colored or not in Photoshop or anything. I mean, I just love to see people's drawings, and you have a lot of time, so you know what, try it. You never know. Either way, you'll have your art showcased on the video, and that's awesome. So I'll be awaiting your entries. I'll check that out when I get back from vacation, and then I will be giving the prizes. Since the submission time is much longer, I might be giving a slightly bigger prize. We shall see. You never know. So if you want a normal, even bigger prize than usual, so try your luck. You never know. So once again, just send in your entries at jolenar@chroniclesoftuya.com, or for those that are on our forums, cotforums.com, feel free to PM me your entries. So I hope you guys have a very nice summer. I'll be seeing you in a few weeks, and well,